What's going on? This is Richie Contartesi with Seven Figure Commissions, where we work directly with sales reps, insurance agents, brokers, independent consultants, speakers that want to drive more sales, that want to be more consistent, that want to make more and have more take-home commissions, where we break down the sales process, break down things that we can do to get better, and then leave with a next play every single week. And so today we have Bruce on for his final session, where we've worked multiple weeks on improving his process and his game and the things that he's doing, from New York life insurance agent. So Bruce, thanks so much for being on the show.
Richie, thank you. Great to be back again.
Awesome. Cool. Good stuff, man. So last week we talked about the word conviction. We talked about conviction and having a great opening with a great hook to draw people in, to get them excited about what you have to offer, and to do it, here's the key word, with conviction. And I remember you ended with such a high note at the end there. So what do you got? What's a win for you this week? What went well for you in what we implemented?
I'd say the stats are showing that it's been successful.
That's good. People like that.
Yes, yeah, you wanted to hear that, right? But no, actually, yeah, having that engagement right away, and then leading them, hey, we can try to do that for you as well. What do you say? Let's set it up. It seems to have shown the results.
Awesome. Okay, what were some of the wins that you had this week? What were some positive good things?
Here's a good thing. I adapted this too for calling on business clients, not just individuals, business owners, I should say. And it seems to go very well. Here's the difference I'm seeing with the business owners. They're not apt to give you that first call appointment. They're definitely willing to, hey, send me an email. Let's talk some more. How they are. They're going to walk through a process themselves. But when it comes to more of an individual, it seemed to be really improved. I definitely improved from the prior, before putting that into play.
Good job. And for the business owners, we could totally overcome that. No big deal at all. So awesome. Good stuff. Okay, cool. Good. Anything else?
No, and it just feels good to kind of get the trend, going back on the upward swing rather than kind of floating down. So yeah, it's been a good couple of weeks here.
Dude, I could just see your morale and your you're just way more positive. So I'm super excited. Okay, cool. Let's go through the numbers, man. So did you hit the 75?
Almost 73.
Okay.
You could
have did 2 more calls.
I know. Well, the good thing was because we had 73 dials, 12 contacts. Out of the 12 contacts, we got 9 appointments.
9?
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that's a big difference. Now 6 actually sat. And then so far, 3 appointments. I'm sorry, wait, not appointments. I should say applications. 3 applications.
Perfect. Okay, so 9. So 6 showed.
Right.
And then 3 applications.
3 applications from those, right. And the other ones, we'll see. It's of course, sometimes usually it's a 2-step process, right? Kind of do the fact finding, find out what their goals and what their concerns are, come back with a solution. Round 2, usually, okay, here's we present the solution. It's usually okay, great, let's do it. So it's usually 2, but sometimes it is 3. And I don't know, maybe I think I'll get 1 more out of that 6.
Okay, so what happens after the application? What are we going for? What's the next step?
The applications, hopefully they get approved, right? We want to make sure, they underwriting, they pass muster. And then of course, then they can issue the policy and, we've got another client on the books.
Nice. Are all 3 going to get approved?
I'm feeling good. Yeah. You never know, because here's the thing, when it comes to people's personal health history, if it's a good one, it's easy to say, I'm in great health. sometimes they don't want to talk about, certain things, and, you find out, or the underwriters find that out, not you. So, but yeah, I'd say I feel pretty good about them. And hopefully they all do, turn into policies.
So just for you, man, you went from a 33% booked percentage,
right,
to a 13% booked percentage,
okay,
to a 75% booked percentage.
Is that right? Dang.
9 of 12.
Okay, there we are. Wow.
All
right.
That's 33-13 to 9. I love it. 6
right.
showed. That's a 67% show rate. We could work on that.
Okay.
I want to get that to 80%. You want your goal show rate should always be 80%. And that could just be how we're setting the meeting. Like after we've set it, what we've done. And then a 3% application. So 50% close, right? So that's pretty solid. So let's break this down. So where do you feel like, I know one thing that stands out to me as well on the front end is your connect rate. You had a 28%, a 30%, and then a 16%. Were you using the same phone, or did you switch phone systems? Or
no, it's same phone. It might be the times calling too, right? I mean, that's important. People catching people in the evening after work. Somebody sees a number, even if they know you, they're at work, they're in the middle of something. It's like, I'll call them tonight while I'm home. I think doing more evening and then Saturday morning as well, when people aren't, stuck in the work I can't answer mode.
So okay, so these 12 that you talked to, when did you call them?
I'd say primarily in the evening. The business guys I can call during the day. That's why I kind of, changed a little bit. During the day, business owners are there. I'm going to try them on the phone and then maybe in person, for the local ones. But for the individuals, yeah, it seems that nighttime, obviously they're not at work, and it's easier to pick up a call when you're not at work.
Okay. So moving forward, Bruce, you've got to have 2 of these metric lines. One's for business and one's for consumer, only because their numbers are so different.
Correct. I agree.
But these 12 that you talked to, and 9 of them booked a meeting with you, those were all consumers. Is that right?
Yes, I'd say yes. Right. And that was last week. So this week has been more, getting into the business mode this week. So yes, correct.
Okay. And we could talk about that too real quick at the end, but okay. So 12, so just right off the bat, because I look at this, if you were at 28%, 30%, 16%, if you were able to keep that connect rate, that's now you've have 6 policies in application instead of 3. So I'm just thinking,
right. I see what you mean.
Do you see what I'm saying? If you just kept that same connect rate, which you've had before,
yeah,
that's 6 in application of 3. So
that's
why I'm looking, because that's the lowest hanging fruit. And what you're saying is you didn't call in the evenings on the weekends like you normally do, or
no, that's what I shifted towards. Yeah, I shifted to, because again, people at work, individuals at work, they're in the middle of a meeting, or they're sitting at a, doing something for the boss or whatever. I think it's just a lot easier for them to pick up the phone when they're not at work. So.
Okay. What do you think you could do to get that connect rate back to 30%?
Good question. I guess early on, I'm just trying to think early on was a lot of really warm, market, right? People, family, friends. So now we're drifting a little bit from that. So maybe not everybody, has me already in their phone type of thing. So I think that's probably why, to some degree, why. And again, hit or miss, obviously calling people. So.
Yeah. And you're using your cell phone, right?
Correct. Now, here's the thing. We use Salesforce as our CRM. There is a hidden, I'm not sure what shows up. I should ask somebody. I should just call somebody. But it goes through rings to you, and then you pick that up, and then it rings through. Apparently, it does show your number. but it rings through the system before it rings to the client.
Have you tested it and make sure it? Have you tested it and make sure it doesn't show like a spam risk or anything like that?
No, well, it's showing my cell phone, which I don't think it shows up as a spam because it's a it's a long time established number.
Okay, dude, amazing job, awesome job of getting those. Like, what talk about wins? 75% booked meeting rate. What was it? What did you do? How did you pull that off?
Again, you kind of made me think there. Was getting a little discouraged and fading a little bit, but coming back with a little oomph and conviction.
Yeah. How'd the script work?
It definitely made a difference. Great.
All right.
Great. Felt good. You just, like you said, practiced it,
Got it. Okay, cool. Now let's talk about the show rate, right? 67% on the show. What happened there? What did they say? Did they get back to you and say, "Hey, I can't make it"? Did they
Yeah.
What do you think happened
people,
there?
hey, sorry, I got to reschedule. 1, 2 reschedule. I'm trying to remember exactly. I think 2 asked to reschedule, but I'm going raw like at first pass here. And then it becomes a chase game to get somebody back and see if they were really serious or not, and get them to give you the time.
Okay.
So
okay. Where do you feel like where do you feel like if you improve would make the biggest impact? Focusing on improving your show rate or focusing on improving your close rate, your application rate?
The application, I don't think that's as needy as the show rate. I think that's more because if I can get in front of people, the apps will come. But 50%, would love to do 80% on the apps as well. But
the three that didn't do an application, what was the reasoning?
Well, that's because let's see, the one of them is was not going to do anything on the spot. Wanted to kind of a little more time, and maybe I need to do more as far as how I presented that to them. Because some of them are pretty straightforward. If they just need life insurance, it's like, okay, here's the life insurance, boom, done. When it's a little more complex than that, it's maybe more of complex in their mind that they need to walk themselves through a little slower. That's what I feel.
Okay, so that was one. What were the other two?
I'm just trying to think. One or both were just, hey, sorry, I got to change things up on you. Let's reconnect a later time. So
how far was that the other two or just another?
Yes, the other two. Correct. Yeah.
Huh. Okay, that's interesting. So when in the conversation did that happen?
Well, I mean, it came like as I just like send a text and say, hey, or, a quick message of a voicemail and say, hey, looking forward, tomorrow I'll send you the link, the Zoom link. And then it was fired back. Oh, sorry, I gotta, can't make it now. Can we change it? I'll give you a call and we'll set up a different time. Excuse me.
Well, no, I'm talking about the three, the other. Okay, so the 3 people that didn't do the application, because you had 6 showed and 3 did an application. Right. The other 3, what were their reasons for not doing the application?
Oh, okay. So the one, like I said, the one was just didn't want to move that quick. Needs more time and maybe to revisit the sales solution again with them. The other 2, yeah, I mean, just weren't. I don't know if they were ready to make a move or not. Yeah, there wasn't anything I could do to get them to move forward, in that meeting.
Right. Okay. Walk me through your meeting. How do you have a script that you use?
Well, we have a system. You kind of walk them through it. It does first. It talks about and finds the areas of concern and priority of those. Then there's a discovery section with more gathering the data. So that's usually, if we can get that done in one shot, that's great. So you've found out what they're looking for, what's their concern, what priorities those are in, and then gathering data about, spouse and income and assets and liabilities. Now we have a full picture. And then hopefully, that's what I'm saying. Hopefully it's a 1, 2 there. If we can get all that in number 1, then hopefully we come back with number 2 and, present the solution and can move them into the application.
Okay. So where did those,
we might just get
yeah. So where did those 3 that didn't do it, did you attempt a 2 call, or did you attempt to try to do it on the first call? Did you stop there after the data gathering?
Yeah, again, that's if you can get all of that in one, both the kind of the opening and find out them, then gather the data all in that first one, that's great, because now you don't need a second meeting to just go gather the data. You've pretty much got,
right,
in my opinion.
So for those 3, okay, and so for those 3, were you able to do that? Were you able to get through that?
Let's see. 2 of them, yes. 1, no. I'm looking at notes. Yeah. One was kind of pressed for time, and that, could be that they really were, or, something didn't interest them and they shut down.
Yeah, I was going to say, when did they say they were pressed for time?
Towards the end, because here's what I do. I set the expectation before we start. Hey, look, this give me about 30 minutes, maybe 45, depending on if you got, just let them know up front, probably be in that time frame. Then when I get to about a half an hour, kind of say, hey, you still good? We'll probably have a few more minutes left, because I'm really trying to take their temperature. If they say, oh, got plenty of time, yeah, no problem, then we can hopefully go right into the discovery, which, could take another half an hour. So that could easily push us over an hour easily. Okay. So it's usually kind of the barometer to see if we can get the whole thing done in one shot.
Okay. So real quick, just walk me through the stages of your call one more time, because I don't think I caught it correctly. So you get on the call with them, rapport, then what?
Rapport, and then we walk them through. We have a system that shows them. It's a Guide Me. It's known as Guide Me, but it takes them through who New York Life is, kind of all the different areas that we can work on for them, and then it gets into, okay, what areas are you thinking about? What are you concerned about? And if they select several, then it's like, okay, what's your biggest priority now? Prioritize them for me, is it,
When you say walk them through all the stuff New York Life can do, how are you doing that?
Well, basically, again, it's talking about areas.
I mean, are you sharing your screen? Are you sharing? But how are you doing?
Oh, yeah,
okay. Okay, so you get on a call with someone.
There's like computer.
Okay, so you get on a call with someone, you're sharing your screen, and you're walking them through all the stuff New York Life can do without doing the discovery about them first.
Well, I mean, just kind of, hey, who we are, why you want to do business with us, I guess. And then we get into what areas are you thinking about, college education for kids, having, money for legacy, saving for retirement, all the different, I guess, areas of potential concern for them, having emergency fund, going through all those. Then once we kind of get what areas they're thinking about or they might want to address, then we help prioritize what's the biggest one, what's the one that you really need to address and you've been meaning to address, and then that's what I want to focus on one at a time. I don't want to come back and try to do 3 or 4 things.
Okay, how long does that take?
Once we kind of get.
How long does that take? Showing them all the New York Life,
because that's the actual data.
Say that again.
Well, like I say, that first part to really, and then I said that first part there to just kind of a little bit about New York Life, because not everybody knows about them, and then to get into the biggest part is what are they thinking about? What's keeping them up at night? What have they been putting off? What what's really their concerns?
Yeah, but
and then before they say, look.
I understand that. Before you get to that, though, how long is this whole everything about New York Life thing? and all their different things that you do? How long does that
that's
take?
brief. That's brief. That's just a little at the beginning. That's brief. What the most of the time is kind of going through the various areas, like, now, like having, do you have life insurance, that kind of thing, like the foundation of financial, stability. In the middle, during your earning years, have you already started saving for retirement? How are you saving? Those kind of things. And then once you're in retirement, what's that going to look like? Where the fund's going to come from. So it's kind of making
but
them.
Bruce, hold on a second. Hold on, because I'm a little confused. So so this beginning part, is this all one section of you explaining New York Life and explaining all the different ways that you can help them, right? How long does that part take?
As I said, that's usually about 20 to 30 minutes.
Okay. So it takes 20 to 30 minutes. And when you're going through that, you're asking them questions about them. Is that
correct? You're trying to find out what are their concerns. Yeah.
Right. So how do you do that? So you're doing your presentation and you're showing them all the different ways that New York Life could help. And as you're doing that, you're also asking them questions about themselves, what they're doing.
Right. Kind of like, hey, here's some areas. Here's like, let's say 6 blocks. Any of these, something that you are thinking about or been thinking about working on, haven't worked on yet, already have them covered. Like, where are you with these?
Gotcha. And then what happens at the end of this? This takes 30 minutes. What happens after that?
Well, like I said, kind of when I get to the end of that part, kind of through that, saying, hey, look, just want to respect your time. We talked about, 30, 45 minutes. With the next part I'd like to do is get, some more information, some actual fact points from you. And then with that, then I can go back and put together a solution for you. Do you have another, half an hour? Just check their time. If they, oh, sure, then we'll do the discovery and gather all the facts that we need or details.
And this is what New York Life teaches?
Yes, correct. I want to flip on the light here. I see I'm fading away here in darkness.
Yeah, it got dark.
The outside light's fading. Yeah, let me do this real quick. There we go. That's better.
So I'll just tell you right now, like, the more sophisticated buyers are never going to make it past that 30-minute mark. I mean,
obviously, you got to read the client too. If it's someone that, is, hey, look, kind of cut to the chase, we can get right to someone who knows maybe a little bit more than some people, they're like, I don't know what I should do for retirement, versus someone's like, okay, here's what I want, here's where I'm going. You're right. I mean, some of them are real brief.
Yeah, I'm blown away, man, that New York Life, there's nothing worse. And I hate to do this, but there's nothing worse than getting on a sales call and someone talking about all the things they could do to help them.
Well, again, it's more of like showing them where they're possible, what are their areas that they're saying, oh yeah, that's important, or I don't have that done. Yeah, you're right. I need, it's more of kind of showcasing and asking them where do they want to or don't need to, talk about.
Yeah, but what if they don't know?
Yeah, good point. Again, I think most people know, hey, I don't have anything safe for retirement. That's pretty straightforward. Maybe they don't know what's the best way, and that's where we come in. But how are they going to survive in retirement without, anything beyond Social Security, if it's even going to be there?
Right, and that's the main, like, of all the different things. That's the main thing that you're focusing on right now, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's for a lot of people, they might have the 401k, but they haven't put much into it. They don't even know where it's invested. Yeah.
It's all very few people have that set up, man. We both know that. So
yeah, not enough, unfortunately.
So I mean, it's yeah, that's a, there's a lot going through my mind right now with this. I'm
trust me, I understand.
flabbergasted by why New York Life would do that. The number one,
and they really encourage you to use this system. Now, some
I'm not
people have been
saying
there for a
don't
while. This is a newer system.
I'm
No,
not saying don't
right,
use the system. What I'm saying is,
right.
why would the discovery be after the all the different, here's all the cool things that make us great, and here's what we can do for you. Which one looks like it's good for you?
Yeah.
To me, honestly, man, what New York Life is saying is like, we don't believe that you're good enough at doing a hard, really good discovery, connecting with someone and finding out their pain points. So instead, what we suggest doing is presenting all of the different ways we can help you and letting them choose, and kind of taking away that discovery opportunity.
Well, again, that's the point of this first piece here, is to find out which ones they are like need help with, like where they are, and which one is the worst. Like I said, someone's like, hey, I am saving for 401k, but I really don't have any life insurance. I mean, I've been saving for retirement. I just, haven't gotten around to getting life insurance. Okay, you need life insurance. But somebody else is like, oh, I've already got life insurance, but I haven't really save for retirement. Well, you got to save for retirement. So it's them kind of self-aware, like, okay, what's the biggest problem you've got? And then once we kind of know that, then we gather all the details. So then we know how to put it together for them. So we are asking for what their pains are, and what their what's their concerns, and what are the priorities of those concerns. 1, 2, 3. If it's only one, that's easy. But if there's 3, which is the one that's the strongest.
Okay. Do you think that you could just start the conversation with questions around those 3 things, just to find out where they're at, and then just dive really deep into those 3 things with them? And then once you've like made a really deep and strong connection with them, and you understand their pain point, like at a really high level, then you could be like, let's walk through what this would look like for you. Would that, I'm just thinking like the 3 people that bounced at the 30-minute mark might have just been like, what am I going, like, yeah. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Yeah, no, trust me, I get it. I think, again, we're trying to say, hey, look, I'm not trying to throw something down on the spot. Like, I need to do a little analysis and not try to just sell you something. I want to come back with a solution. I'm not here to sell you something. I'm here to understand where you are, where you want to go, and then I can come back and tell you how we can hopefully help you get there. So that's where it's kind of like,
why don't you start with that? Where are you now? And just ask, and actually like face to face, without sharing screen, like have a real conversation with them about where they're at and hitting their pain.
Yeah, I mean, if we can meet in person.
No. I mean, face to face, Zoom. It doesn't matter. I'm just saying without sharing your screen, just like real hitting their pain points, asking the hard questions, getting them in a place where they can really see the things that they're not doing that they should be doing.
Right.
Like having that kind of real deep conversation before even like sharing, you know what I mean? Like sharing the things you could do.
And I'm not saying I disagree. I'm, working with the program. But again, when that first meeting to me is all about figuring out where they are and what they need. I mean, where do they need me to take them? That's what I'm trying to figure out, and asking questions and trying to, but then once we figure out, okay, most people haven't saved for retirement. Okay, then let's get where you are, what you got, what we have available each month, and do you already have something going on at work with a 401k? No, not at all. Okay. And then get all the pieces, and then say, okay, let me go back and, analyze all this, and then I want to put together a solution and, see what you think from there.
Okay. And so what do you think on that initial call that you could do better this week?
Initial call, I mean, like you were saying, really asking a lot of questions, maybe in their mind, tough questions, like, haven't really saved for retirement. Well, why not? When were you going to? How much do you think it's going to take? Just kind of this is real important. And how do you expect to get there? And just really find out what's going on inside to know what they're going to be maybe agreeable to as well. Like try to get some sense. Are they going to wing it, or are they really going to try to help themselves?
Yeah.
That's
people buy, Bruce, from people that they believe understand their problem.
Right. Agreed.
It's not about it, the solution is the solution, but people buy from people that they believe understand their problem, and the solution becomes irrelevant because they know that that person truly understands their problem. So they're going to trust that you have the solution to solve it.
Right.
And so if you're missing that initial connection and those initial questions without showing them, like, who can, no one cares New York Life. I'm sorry. I love you, New York Life, if you're watching this, but they care about you, man. They'll buy from you. They want to trust you. They want to so is New York Life well known and great? Of course, but like it's you. And so that initial 5-10 minutes, sometimes 15 minutes of the discovery of like, where are you? What are the things you should be doing that you're not doing? Why are you not doing those? And then, then where do you want to go? Right? What does that look like? Chunking down the numbers of getting there and just having that connection. And then it's like, cool. Well, Bruce, there's multiple different ways that we can work with you. Would it be okay if I shared my screen and walked you through what some of that would look like? Yeah. Okay. Do you see it? I mean, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, you were doing the calls. That's just my initial thought process.
Yeah. Again, I mean, we could just start off talking and kind of skip over, some of the fluffy stuff at the beginning there. But you're right. But then it's kind of like, hey, again, here are some of those areas. If they've already told me it's just we don't have anything saved for retirement, then we
didn't even need to show them the screen. We just talk.
Yeah. I agree with you. But here's the other part too of it, Richie, that when you do flag like, okay, this, it uses the artificial intelligence for later on to help with the solution. So it's looking for,
and you can do that. Right. And you should do that. Yeah, you should do that. But I'm just saying, as far as your call goes, I mean, it looks cool, but they want to know, like the bottom line is, Bruce, they want to know that you understand their problem and that you like truly get it, what their exact problem, what their pain points are. Because if they do, right, they're going to buy from you. So, so for this upcoming week, I mean, what do you believe would be the best opening question? You built some rapport. How's your week going? It's going great. Boom. What do you think that first opening question could be that would kind of get them to start really telling you what's going on?
And this is obviously when I'm sitting down with someone for like the initial consultation, right?
Totally. Initial consultation. Hey, what's going on,
right.
Bruce? Yeah, I'm doing great. Cool. How's your week going? It's going good. Okay, cool. Well, we got about 30, 45 minutes. Is that good? Yep. Perfect. Boom. What's that first question?
Changing things up here. Yeah, that is a good.
Because right now you're saying, well, thank you for being here. I'm going to tell you a little bit about New York Life. So instead of doing that, what do you feel like it would be good to get them focused on them right away?
I guess, yeah, I mean, you'd have to, just looking at everything, financial for yourself, financially, what's keeping you up at night? Is there anything keeping you up at night? I mean, that's pretty straightforward, right? I mean, if someone's like, God, I got to save for retirement, they've been thinking about it for years and just haven't done it, or should have got life insurance when we got married, never did, maybe they'll be honest and say what that is.
And they will. They're going to
Yeah.
say it. Bruce, I hear you, man. I hear you. I understand that you've got to save for retirement. Walk me through that. What does your retirement look like right now? What does it look like? Just role play with me real quick. What does that look like?
Well, I know they offer the 401k at work. I think they had set me up for like the minimum amount. I think it's a couple percent a month. Don't even know. I can't remember how it's invested.
How
But
long you been doing it for? How long you been investing in it for?
I've been with that company for 5 years. So, I guess the statement comes, I don't really look at it.
Do you know how much you have in it?
No, I guess I'd have to go grab the last statement to kind of see. I think it's maybe about 35,000, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What inspired you about what I said to say, you know what, I got to be on this call today?
I guess I realized and how expensive everything is that if I have 35,000 in there, that's not going to be enough to survive on in retirement.
No. When are you planning on retiring?
At this point, probably never, but would like to retire at some point.
Like when though? Like 5 years, 10 years, 15 years?
Oh,
What?
I'd like to retire by the time I'm 65.
Okay. How many years is that?
About 20.
Okay. And do you believe you're on track right now, Bruce, to retire in 20 years?
No,
Oh,
no, I
okay.
don't think so.
Why do you think that is?
Yeah, I'm not going to have enough saved. I mean, I see some of these things flash up, having $1 million to retire on, and that's not enough. I don't have anything near that.
Okay. And why do you feel like you're not saving enough?
I, kind of put things off, just put it off too long. And, hopefully I haven't put it off too long because I finally need to do something about it.
Yeah, I totally understand. Bruce, how much do you want to retire with? Pause.
Good
I'm just pausing
question.
this. So anyways, do
Yeah.
you see how
Yeah.
like this is like it's like initial and I'm actually I was like genuinely curious in this role play, but
Yeah.
the genuine that like you're a doctor, you're just playing
Yeah.
doctor, right? Like where
Right.
like you're not no solutions, no anything. It's just like doctor trying to find out. Because Bruce, if you can't help somebody, are you going to stay on the call? If somebody has a problem that you can't solve, that for some, I would find that to be rare. But let's just say, like you're not going to try and sell them something if it's not the right fit, right?
No, not at all.
That's that initial piece is you're just like you're what you can solve for them, and you're just doom, taking them down a path, trying to figure out, taking notes. Boom, where are we going? Okay, wow, that's a big one right there. Okay. Why aren't you doing the right things? Why aren't you doing this? How do we do this? Okay, where do you want to go? Boom, boom. And now you've had this conversation. And at the end of this, I promise you, they're going to be like, nobody has ever asked me these questions before. No one and then now we're talking. Now we're in a real conversation where we could start talking about solutions. Here are some of the ways we could help you. Based on what you shared with me, I would recommend this and this. Do you want to talk more about those two? Boom, click those two. The AI takes you down the path. What are your thoughts on that?
I like it. I mean, yeah, I'd rather be more of a conversation than a presentation myself. I've done presentations approaches in the past, but the best is a conversation, just a conversation, like you're saying, asking questions, listening, and learning.
You're a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have a patient that came in, and you can't present or prescribe. Like it's not exact, but if you went into a doctor's office and the doctor's like, don't tell me how you're feeling and all the things that are going on, but here, I want you to come look at my board here of all the different things that I can help you with. And I want you to start helping me check the boxes of the things that I can help you with. Like you'd be like, what? But when you walk in their office, they're like, what's going on? What's your biggest challenge? How can I help you? Where are you hurting? Where's the pain? Right? And so when you first get on the phone, I loved your opening question. What's your biggest challenge? Or yours was, what's keeping you up at night?
Yeah.
Boom, they're going to throw up. Boom, got it. Cool. And then question after that. Why is that happening? Why aren't you doing the right things? How can we get you to do those things? What are the things you're not doing that you should be doing? Okay. And why aren't you doing those? Okay, cool. So, and you just keep going deeper and deeper into these questions. And then it's like, okay, well, where do you want to go? Why is that important to you? Monetary, right? Where do you want to go monetary? Where do you want to go non-monetary? Why is that important to you? What is that going to do for you? I'm more time with my grandkids. You already know that, but do you see what I'm saying? And then it's like, cool. Can I share my screen and walk you through? Because I feel like this could be really good.
It's interesting. Yeah.
Just flip the order, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I can't read you, Bruce. Are you? What are you?
I agree with you. Again, right. Well, here's the thing. I mean, they measure you on using this system, of course. But is it
use it?
the best?
Use it. I'm not saying don't use it.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I understand. But yeah, I see what you're saying. Start off and I guess go through the sequence differently is kind of the way.
Yeah,
way it would be.
exactly.
Right.
Totally. Then move to the software and use it for sure. Because then you could pull up your screen. And they're going to be like this. Okay, yeah. Let that one and that one. You know what I mean? Because now they're like, Bruce gets me. Like he understands. You know what I mean?
Right. Agreed.
Does New York Life give you a script, like a list of questions to ask or anything like that? Or do you have any?
No, not really. No, it's just kind of like you get familiar with using that tool and, kind of how to walk through it. You practice it when you first start and all, but
I get it from their perspective, but honestly, like you're not a robot. This is you know what I mean? Like this is you're selling I'm saying use the platform, but
right.
what they're trying to increase any salesperson on here they're trying to increase the overall conversion rate, right? Of how many agents?
Across the country?
Yeah.
Not that many. I mean, I'm sure.
Hundreds of thousands.
Probably 100,000 plus, yeah, somewhere.
Okay. So of all of those, right? They're looking at it. How do we increase the overall conversion rate? We're not going to coach them. We're not going to hold them accountable. We're not going to, but what can we put in place, right? So they put something like this in place and use it. I'm not saying don't, but like you can't, there's one thing that I think is true for now. And that's that you can't automate a higher ticket sale like this yet.
Right.
And, soon there will be robots that will be able to ask the right questions and you'll be like, dang, this robot gets me. But for now, right, we're not quite there yet.
Yeah.
But the human connection on this kind of sale, Bruce, is really important. And so my suggestion on a play this week would be to spend the first 15, 20 minutes playing doctor. And I don't even think we need to list out any questions, anything like that, but just dive as deep into who they are, where they're at, why they're there, and where they want to go. Monetary and non-monetary.
Right.
What are your thoughts?
Sounds like a good plan to me. Great next step.
Okay. Your other numbers are phenomenal, man. Great job. Just do that again. Repeat it. Except for, can you do 2 more calls this time? Can you do 75?
I should have known that was going to bug you, but
75, 12, 9, 6, 4, 6, 5. You can do it.
Right. Gotcha.
Do you feel like based on the 3 people that bounced that you could have gotten 1 or 2 more possibly if you played doctor on the front end and had that connection?
Now that I, kind of think about that, and I'm sure, like you're saying, that's going to get a much better starting connection than, hey, let me tell you about the company, and and then
I'm sorry, Bruce, but if I got on a call with you and you did that, I'd be like, hey, my kid's crying, I gotta go run.
I get it, but yeah, you're right. I guess it's time to customize and make it better.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the play. Let's simplify. The play is you're going to open your conversation with that question that you asked me earlier.
Right.
But hey, rapport. Not going to talk about weather. How'd your week go? What's the question you're going to ask?
Just from your financial situation, what's keeping you up at night?
Yeah. I love to start every conversation about you and your financial situation. What keeps you up at night? I love that question, by the way. It's amazing. Great question. And then, Bruce, commit to 15 minutes.
Right.
That's your play this week. Start with that question.
Okay.
You're going to play, 15 minutes of just all about them, all about their scenario.
Like it.
Let's see if that increases your conversion rate.
Okay. Gotcha.
You feel good about it?
Yeah, sure do. Like it.
Cool. You sure?
Definitely.
All right, perfect. So the what is you're going to play doctor. The how is you're going to start by asking that question, what keeps you up at night? And the when is, when are you going to do this by?
Okay.
When are you going to do it by? When's your next meeting?
Actually tomorrow afternoon.
Perfect. And
actually, this is the second one though. He's already. I'm sorry. He's the second. The next, first meeting is Saturday morning. So far.
Perfect. Cool. You feel good about it?
Sure do. Thank you.
Awesome. Very good, Bruce. It's been a pleasure today.
Awesome.
And
thank you.
Thanks for being on the session.
Thanks again. Appreciate it. Great seeing you.